Sijui. Umetoa tu blanketi.
Sasa hii safi ama umeipeka? Mbona mimi hata sisikii?
Ni sawa, ni chafu. Sio nimevaa sana.
Ndio nisaidie.
Naila. So what's up, guys? It's still me. Don't be surprised. And I don't do this type of contents. I don't do this political type of contents. But when there is an elephant in the room, it has to be addressed. And when that elephant in the room is affecting my motherland, it's affecting the place where I was born, it's affecting the people with the same color as me, I must address it. I must address it. Like, for example, what is going around now about Ibrahim Traore? What is going now about Ibrahim Traore? It is so painful. It is so painful to see the countries that we expect them to take care of us smaller countries, us Africans, us black people. The countries that are supposed to look after us are the ones that are killing the right leaders, of which we have. Like right now, Ibrahim Traore has had about 18 to 19 life threats. Yeah, they've tried to assassinate him 18 to 19 times. Why? Because he's taking care of Africans. Because he's building schools and roads in his country. Because he is not serving foreign interests in his country. He wants his country to be people of his country. He wants them to be wealthy. He wants them to change their life. For example, giving birth in Burkina Faso was always charged. In Africa, around every African country you'll go, giving birth, you'll be charged. You'll be charged for giving birth. Ibrahim Traore has said in Burkina Faso, life is a miracle. And everybody knows this. Life is a miracle. So there is no way an African woman will pay for giving birth while bringing leaders to this African continent. Ibrahim Traore said no. Said no. Immediately after he took over the world by storm, after President of France tried to fight him or to scare him out of the political seat, United States welcomed him. Trump invited him, yeah, so that they can go and threaten him face to face. But what did Ibrahim Traore say? No, not interested. I'm busy building my nation. What was Trump's answers? The answers were, we'll put sanctions on you. Yeah, that is disrespectful. We won't do business with you. yeah, will align with these other countries to fight your country. Why? Because I do not want to come close to you, because I think my future does not lay in your hand. That needs to stop. That needs to stop. I, for one, speaking humbly, I come from a country where, ever since I was born, the common mwananchi, yeah, the local people that are not in the government have always cried. In my country, when you want to go to school, you pay. When you want to sleep, you pay. When you want to eat, you pay. You pay everything. And that is, and you are paying for everything that you should be having free. Then, leave alone paying. When you visit government offices in my country, when you visit government offices, you must bribe them. May it be a hospital, may it be a civil servant office, may it be a school, may it be a police station, they will ask for a bribe to serve you. That's the nature of Africa. That is the nature of Africa. Why? Because in Africa, we live in a man eat man society. Man eat man society. And back in Europe, back in Europe, when they see how we struggle, they laugh at us. Why? They say we are uneducated, we are uncouth, we are not civilized, we are poor. So I'll repeat the Traore question. If we are so poor, why did, when Traore tell you to leave his country, why are you fighting? Why are you fasting? If they're that poor, why should you fast? If I'm in a poor country or a poor house or a poor area and I'm told, come out of here, I'll do it with pleasure. They are poor, ain't they? They can't help me, ain't they? I live there with pleasure. But why is France and America still fighting for Burkina Faso if Burkina Faso is poor? Because, let me give you the answer, because Burkina Faso is not poor. They've only orchestrated their plan so that Burkina Faso can be poor. Let me go deep into it. France is among the richest countries in the world. It's one of the best countries in the world. It's one of the wealthiest countries in the world. Come to think of it, does France have gold reserves? Do France mine gold? Answer me in the comments. Do Which country in the world has the most gold? The country with the most gold is France, without them having any gold reserves in their country. So, where is the gold in France coming from? The Europeans, ever since time immemorial, they come to Africa, they loot everything in Africa, take back to their country, then manufacture things with the materials they've stolen from Africa, then sell to Africans in double profits. And I'll keep giving examples with my country. Here in my country, I'm not ashamed to say my country is Kenya. My land is Kenya. Very proud Kenya. Despite of what is happening with our politics, with our country, the state we are, I will always be a proud Kenya. And I wish one day, we will have a leader like Traore. One day, so that the blood, our forefathers, yeah, spilt on our land will not go unnoticed. Yeah, will not be for nothing. I wish such a day will come because of people like Dedan Kimathi, yeah, and so many of them who took bullets, machetes, hunger, yeah, all to make sure us as Kenyans, us as Africans, rule ourselves, yeah, rule ourselves, rule our gold reserves, rule our national parks, yeah, rule our lives. That is what those fighting for freedom had in their minds. But look at us now. Look at us now. Instead of fighting hunger with all the farms we have, with all the knowledge we have about manures and everything, we are fighting corruption. Is that right, my brothers? Is that right, my leaders? Don't you all see what Traore is doing in Burkina Faso? Doesn't that bother you? Don't you feel ashamed seeing a leader fighting for his people, changing the lives of his people, while you are there, yeah, grabbing from the people, making sure the people are not hurt, people are maimed for wanting better. Well, even the freedom fighters who fought for Kenya, who died for Kenya, are crying for us right now, wherever they are, in their graves in heaven. If they can see us, they are crying for us because this was not the intent they had in mind when they took the bullets. They knew we'll chase the white boy, we'll rule ourselves. Yeah, but no. After they went, a generation or two after, we started killing the right leaders. Any leader who wants to unite, who wants progress, is a threat. Well, I can see that has not been happening in my country alone. So may Allah hear my dua and protect Traore so that all those African leaders that are puppets to foreign powers can see, can witness that a man born black can stand and defy all odds, defy all those looters of Africa, and yet achieve his dreams, build his country without taking loans from foreign investors. Yeah, build schools, build roads, build infrastructure. I hope and pray that my president is sitting and looking at Traore and thinking, I need to be this guy. I hope all African presidents in the African continent are looking at Traore and saying, he's our role model. That's what we need to do for our people. That is what change is. So that's it, man. I'm a football analyst. I normally don't do this type of content. But when it's time for real change, when it's time for real change, nobody will tell you when to change. So I'm done with the leaders. I can never be a voice that will make them change because there have been so many like me. I want them to take Traore as an example, yeah, and serve us like Traore is serving Burkina Faso. Let's unite this Africa. Yeah? Let's unite this Africa. What do we have to lose? We have the same color. Yeah, I know we have many ethnic groups and ethnic languages, but we have like Kiswahili, which can be communicated in the entire Africa. Let's use that. Yeah, let's remove English from the African continent. Let's remove French, or whatever they call that language, from Africa. Let's be us. Let's represent us. Let's fight for us. Let's feed us. Let's house us. Let's school our children on our own universities. You don't need to go to Harvard. Yeah, you don't need to go to Harvard to know how to build a road or to how to be a professor. Like right now, Burkina Faso, they are building roads, they have schools, and they chased the white people from the country. Is that is that not a good example? Are they not learning? Are they not building great things? Are we not talking about them without them being so much leaning on the foreigners? So, my country, my leaders, my beautiful motherland, Africa, emulate from one of our own. We have one of our own who we can emulate from. Don't watch him. Don't just watch him. Don't let them plot what they are plotting. Yeah. Be alert. Be ready. Stand with Africans. Let's make one army, one African army, if that is what it takes to get the foreigners out of us. So apart from the leaders, I'd like to urge all Africans, all Africans, every chance you have of shouting out the Burkina Faso president, Ibrahim Traore, please do so. Yeah. That brother, that brother you have near you that does not know what Traore does, be that vessel, be that vessel that shows to your brother what Traore is, what he stands for, and what he'll do. If Traore has been in power for 4 years and they have tried to kill him more than 20 times or up to 20 times, imagine 10 years to come and he's still alive. What do you think Burkina Faso will be? Burkina Faso will be one of the best African countries if this guy survives for the next 10 to 20 years. So I'd like to urge all Africans. Let's stand with Traore. Yeah? Let's speak his name. Let's idolize him. Every country, let's idolize Ibrahim Traore. When the white says this, he's corrupt, he's what? Leave him, he's ours. He's corrupting our own land. He's stealing his things from his own land. Why should you tell us Traore is corrupt? He's stealing from his own land. So you want us to get rid of Traore so that you can come. So it is very dangerous to have a corrupt native, but it's not dangerous to have a corrupt foreigner. I've heard that many times. Does not get in my skull. So I'd like to urge you guys. If you get this message, please share. If you get it, please share. If you see a black person with sane mind, talk him about Traore. You might be talking to our next leader. Yeah? Let's idolize Traore. Let's build our political infrastructures or our political ideologies around the ideologies of Ibrahim Traore. I've never seen a leader who has stirred so much interest from all those foreigners, from France, from England, you say it, from America, as you like to call it, from even blacks that are abroad. I've never seen a leader, yeah, that has invoked this type of fear to foreigners ever since I was born, ever since I started to read African articles. There are only two people who are close, and all of them are not here to tell the tale. One was from Burkina Faso as well. And even if they kill him, he planted the seed. He planted the seed. And here, right now, as we speak, the seed is Ibrahim Traore. Yeah. And that Burkina Faso leader was Thomas Sankara. He had ideologies, this ideology like Ibrahim Traore. They killed him. They used his friend to kill him. They overthrew his country to kill him. Then there was also Patrice Lumumba from Congo, had these ideologies. just recently, just recently, I was watching a documentary from America, yeah, and they were eating each other. There was a, I don't know if or a what, but there was an educated fellow, an educated American, who was questioning, the military boss or the head of military in US. Funny enough, that head of military right now is a black guy, and that black guy is the guy they are using to go after Traore. But he was being asked, how many African countries have you destabilized? He started stammering. How many African governments has we, and I quote, has we, representing the Americans, has, how many African countries has we destabilized? Yeah, how many governments have we overthrown so that we can put our puppet leaders there? And that black guy had no answers. He seemed lost. And you know why he seemed lost? He's being used because of his color. They will not send a white person to go after Traore. They'll send a person who looks like me or Traore, so that it can see it is black on black. Nah, we know it's not black on black. We know Europe is interested in Africa and will always be interested in Africa. And the message is, we are sorry, we are sorry, your time is up. That fool you had, that fool you had, is already educated. So, guys, that's it from me. It's been a pleasure. If you're here on your way out, press the like button. Let's make sure this message gets to as many Africans as possible. And guys, you won't see me doing this kind of videos again unless something of interest pops up. I cover Premier League football most of the times, and I myself am on a journey. I'm on a journey to love Africa, to love Africans. So very soon I'll cover Premier League like I'm used to for a while. But once Africa has a structure, once Africa has a good league, I'll be covering African leagues. But as of now, share this video on your way out. Press the like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel, man, and let's make Africa great again. Yeah, let's make Africa great again. Obama Obama destroyed Libya. Yeah, he admitted on air. He destroyed Libya. He destroyed Gaddafi. Why? Because they were afraid he was going to unite Africa. Let me ask you questions. Let me ask you one simple question, a religious question. And I'm not asking this question because I'm a Muslim, or I'm not asking this question, but so that I can shun Christianity. Nah, I'm asking this question as a black child, as an African child born in Africa. Let me ask you this question. How many Catholic churches do we have in Africa? I'd like to say we have a lot of African churches in Africa than anywhere else. Catholic churches, we have them more than any other place in Africa, in Europe or the world. So let's go bit by bit. So there have been 25, not 25, 250 or 240. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Popes, Catholic popes. There have been over 240 of, let me just say over 200 because I don't have the clear figure. There has been over 200 African, there have been over 200 Catholic popes. Name one. Name one that has a color like yours or mine. Name one. Please, just name one. There has never been an African pope. Why? Do you want to know why? Because when you go to Africa, When you go to Vatican, yeah, when you go to Europe, to those Catholic churches in Europe, they know Catholics is for the white people. So you blacks who are just following the flag, they do not count as you as one of your own. That even is not the issue. Do you know the amount of, should I say tax or type? Do you know the amount of revenue Vatican collects from Africa through those donations, small donations, tithes and whatnots that you give in the church, in your Catholic churches in Africa? Do you know all that wealth, all that wealth leads to Vatican? Yeah, but no, yeah, they brainwash you. They tell you as you remove tithes, we have an organization here. We will give you ARVs. Who ARVs? Who told you you have AIDS? Let me ask you a question. Where did AIDS come from? AIDS did not originate in Africa. Why should you give us medicine? Because you want to brainwash us. You want to show us that we need you. You don't need us. Well, let me tell my black counterparts. There is no white regime without Africans. There ain't. There is no this world we're living in without Africa. Africa was the cradle of mankind. Africa was the cradle of mankind. Ever since in time immemorial, Africa was the cradle of mankind. It is believed that everybody living this world right now has some part of black DNA in their body, and that is a fact in the entire world. Then, how are blacks inferior to you? These people have these people brainwashed us that we've forgotten that the Egyptian the Egyptian kingdom or the Pharaoh kingdom, or you understand me, was the best in the world in its time. It was the best in the world. They practiced medicine, yeah. They practiced education, yeah. They were tapping energies, and then if that regime was in Africa, how comes whites are the ones that came to civilize Africans? How? These guys have brainwashed you to the extent that you can't remember the Timbuktu or Tumbuktu library. Since times immemorial, there had been one library in the entire world which was equipped, which was respected, which was viewed as prestigious in the entire world, and that was the Timbuktu library. It was in Africa. So, how did the white bring education to Africa if the best library was in Africa? If Egypt practiced medicine, if Egypt practiced educations and whatnots, how did you bring technology to Africa? Yeah, how? How? You came, learned our history, learned our technologies, then said they were your own, enslaved us, and made sure we forget our history. We will never forget our history. And a question to anyone who is abroad and is black, most likely those that have been raised there. Let me ask you a question. For example, you are in the United States of America right now as we are talking. Do they teach you about Timbuktu library? Yeah. Do they teach you about Mansa Musa, the wealthiest man to ever live in the world? Not in Africa, not the wealthiest man in Africa, the wealthiest in the world. Do they teach that in their schools? Because I have never been to one of them and it's not in my interest. to be. But do they teach you such stories? Did they teach you about Thomas Sankara? Did they teach you about Patrice Lumumba? Yeah. What do they teach you about slavery? I know. I don't know. I can get the idea. They tell you they came to Africa, found you as savages, had mercy on you, took you to their lands, educated you. So you are good. Africans are uncouth. Sorry, bro. Sorry, bro. Come to Africa. Try and get your history. Try and understand why Africa is Africa. Try and understand why they live miles away from Africa. Yeah, we are divided by seas and whatnot. But everybody wants a piece of Africa. Well, those before us, I wouldn't say were not educated, but did not have the right spirit to show you white people that we are better than you, that we can do good whether you are there or not there. Yeah, they didn't have this the heart. They didn't have the heart to say, like I say right now, if I am asked to die for Africa, I will. So, you white people, your time is up. Yeah, the people from the Republic of Kenya, most likely the leaders, love you all. Yeah, love you all. But